everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and for today's video we're going to be talking about the aging doll. Now, if you have subscribed to my channel and you watch my videos, you do realize that I am back in the room that's painted blue, but with a little bit of a backdrop change. Decided to change it up and start using my ring light again, instead of sitting on my living room floor. Violet's back here. Then I got some other fun little decorations, so let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I recommend you hit that subscribe button so you will be able to see my various background changes over time, and also to watch my videos. Anyway, like I said, we are talking about the aging doll today. So I kind of stumbled across this story doing some research for some videos. I'm gonna be honest, after my little 13 days of Halloween, I was a little burnt out and had a little bit of, it's not writer's block, I guess video block, on what to do. So I figured maybe I'd look into some more creepy dolls, especially after acquiring Miss Violet back here, who, if you don't know who Violet is, I'll introduce you to her in a second. So as I was researching different stories about some creepy dolls or haunted dolls, I came across this story, which is the story of the aging doll. Now, obviously as things get older, they begin to age. I can go for people, animals, plants, and even inanimate objects, obviously. Now, another thing that can age are toys. A well-loved toy can definitely begin to show its wear and tear and age as time goes on. Now, one specific kind of toy that can be really creepy as it ages are dolls. As I said, if you haven't subscribed to my channel or watched the video yet on Violet, Violet is my haunted doll that I bought off of eBay. She is right here. She is a beautiful porcelain doll. I honestly have no idea how old this doll is. I haven't really dug to find any kind of date or anything on her. She is a porcelain doll. She doesn't have a stamp or anything on her neck that I can see. She does have a thing down here that says collectible porcelain edition, but it doesn't really give like a brand or anything. So to be quite honest, I'm not sure how old she is. I do know she is a vessel for a spirit named Violet, hence her name is Violet. And I'll be doing an update on having Violet in my house. Actually, I've had no problems with this doll. She doesn't scare me. She doesn't do anything that's alarmingly creepy. She will make her presence known, but she's not scary. But if you look at Violet, and I will show you a close-up of her in just a minute, you can see that she does have some wear and tear on her. Her dress has some stains on it. Her face has a little bit of markings on it. Her hair in the back is a little bit frizzy. But overall, she's still a beautiful doll. So as you can see, she has some markings that are on her face that show her wear. If you look here on her arm, there's some staining on her dress. But overall, like I said, she is a really pretty doll. So in addition to Violet, I have other dolls. Now, this one here, his name is Ned. I have had him since I was a baby. So this doll is 30 years old. So this is Erin from the future. I definitely meant to say that the doll was over 30 years old, not that it is 30 years old. I could wish that I was still 30 years old, but I'm not. I'm over 30 years old. So the doll is over 30 years old. All right, back to past Erin, I guess. And he definitely has some signs of wear and tear on him as well. But overall, I think Ned's aged pretty well. As you can see, Ned is well loved. I also have right here one of my American Girl dolls, Addie, and I have her facing me for a reason. Now, neither Addie nor Ned are haunted dolls, but I just wanted to show different kinds of wear and tear that you can get on dolls. Addie is from when Addie originally came out, whenever that was in the 90s, so Addie is pretty old as well now that I think about it. Over 20 years old, I'm assuming. And Addie has to go to the doll doctor because Addie's one eye, as you can see, has turned blue. So with American Girl dolls, when you move their head, their eyes open and close. I don't display my American Girl dolls, but I do keep them stored pretty nicely. So I'm not sure what happened to Addie's eye. I'll give you a close-up of her in just a second. But just to show you that dolls can go through some wear and tear. Aside from me, as a child, playing with Addie's hair, of course, that's a little well loved as well. I'm looking at the rubber band that's in here and it's disintegrating actually, but this is now what Addie's face looks like. Both of her eyes used to be brown like this one, and I have no idea what happened to this one, but it's now blue. I just took her out one time, because I do take these dolls out from time to time just to admire them, and her eye had turned blue. So just to kind of show you some age progression of dolls, which will make sense as I get further into this story. So like I said, as dolls begin to age, they begin to show their flaws, their hair can fall out, their eyes can change colors, and they generally just begin to show, like I said, their wear and tear. Now, this story that I'm about to tell you is about a family who had a doll that aged a little bit too well for them. Now, I'm gonna start off this by saying that the origins of this story, you can't find anything about the origins of the story. Apparently, this family wanted to remain anonymous because they lived a fairly normal life, so they didn't want anybody to know who they were or where they were from. However, that being said, this story is actually pretty infamous. So apparently on a birthday or Christmas day, a couple decided to gift a doll their young daughter, as parents often do. Their daughter became quite attached to the doll, however, also as children will have happen, as the girl began to get older, she began to lose interest in her dolls, and they kind of got put to the side. Now, eventually the parents decided to pack up their child's toys that she was no longer interested in, but they kind of wanted to keep for keepsakes, and they packed everything up and they put it in the attic. Now, they had packed up these toys fairly nicely. Like I said with my American Girls, I have them packed up nicely so that they won't get damaged or have anything get in there with them. So this couple had done the same thing, and they packaged up everything pretty tightly and neatly. Now, 11 years later, this couple was going through some things in the attic, and they happened to stumble across this box of toys that was their daughter's. And of course, in this box of toys was the doll that they had gotten her and had packed away. So as they were going through the toys, they saw the doll and they decided to take a look at it. They opened the box and they were pretty horrified at what they saw. Instead of what had looked like a sweet, young-looking doll, looking back at them was something that resembled an elderly old man. The doll's skin, or whatever it was made of, obviously, had begun to wither and wrinkle, which gave this doll a very elderly-looking appearance. The doll's eyes had taken on a human-like quality, and the arms had become stiff and almost looked like they were mummified. The clothing that the doll had been wearing began to disintegrate, and it actually revealed underneath as well. The body of the doll also looked like it had become mummified. Now clearly this doll looked like it had aged actually as if it were a human. However, it had aged quite quickly because this was only an 11-year span of time. If you go back to the dolls that I just showed you that were mine, Ned is over 30 years old. He actually sits on my desk here in my office. And Addie is, I want to say, over 20 years old. She's the original Addie from the 90s. So clearly a doll shouldn't age that quickly to where it looks like an old person. As I said, clearly dolls can begin to degrade over time, so they can have damage and what have you. There is something that is called doll rot, which is where essentially the plastic or whatever it's made out of begins to rot away. However, this doll, even if it did have doll rot, should not have rotted away this quickly. So what happened to this doll that apparently aged quite quickly over these 11 years? Well, no one knows. It is said that the family ended up getting rid of this doll because obviously they were horrified about what it looked like, and they were afraid that something dark or paranormal had attached itself to this doll, and that's what caused it to degrade so quickly. Like I said, other than that, the location of this doll, it's not known. So what do you guys think about this doll? I don't know if you guys just heard that, and I'm assuming it's Violet. There's a closet over here, and there's some stuff on the floor over here, and something just moved, but I have no idea what it was. So like I said, I'll be doing an update on Violet soon. She definitely likes to make her presence known. That one startled me a little bit because I wasn't really prepared for it, but yeah, I'm not sure if you heard that or not, but if you did, I have no idea what that was. Anyway, sorry, that distracted me. So what do you guys think of this doll? Do you think it just is something that the doll, there was some kind of flaw with it and it being up in the attic, whatever weather fluctuations or whatever just kind of caused it to rot away? Do you think there was something paranormal attached to it? For me, I think that this doll is extremely odd looking. Now, given that I have had my dolls, now I have no idea what that doll particularly was made out of, but none of my dolls have degraded that quickly. They've been in pretty good shape, and you know, like I said, I did pack them away nicely. Supposedly this family had packed this doll away nicely too. So I just think it's really odd. There was no mention in any of this story that something paranormal was going on in their house or not. However, I do think it's an interesting theory that this family thought that maybe something dark had attached itself or tried attaching itself to this doll, and that's why it degraded and aged so quickly. But that's it for this video, guys. It was pretty short and sweet. If you liked it, please give me a big old thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you will know when I upload videos. I try to upload at least one a week. Alright guys, I will catch you in my next video. Bye!